welcome all to the Snail Trail 4x4 podcast. If you like going off-roading in Toyotas, wrenching on Toyotas, camping in Toyotas, and maybe even poking a little bit of fun at Toyotas, and of course hearing about how fantastic listener feedback is in Toyotas, then this is the podcast for you. That's right, ladies and germs, my name is Tyler, and joining me for another episode of the Snail Trail 4x4 podcast is the one and only Mr. JJ, or Single J. We're on Single J's right now.
Single J's.
Single J. Single J Jet. How are you, man?
I am doing well. Thanks for asking. How are you?
I'm cold, surprisingly.
Yeah, that's not very often.
I am.
It has been.
I usually love cold weather, and I'm liking it. I'm happy, but I'm cold. It feels weird.
Yeah, it has been cold. I mean, weather overall has been pretty chilly. It was below freezing at my house the other day.
Wow. The other, when the storm came through, was that Wednesday?
It was on Tuesday.
Tuesday. Wow. Okay.
No, Wednesday. I think you're right. Wednesday.
Okay. Nice. Well, sweet, man. Yeah, it's cold here in NorCal, and we're getting a bunch of storms coming through.
Yeah.
Which is
exciting.
Awesome for a couple of reasons. A, snow wheeling, and B, it means that the snow is actually layering, which makes for amazing snow wheeling when snow can layer up. We haven't had a layering snow season in like 5 or 6 years, I think.
No, not really.
Yeah, we keep getting dumped on like 20 feet at a time. So there's not a whole lot of layering when 20 feet of snow comes down. There was an interesting, tragic mishap that happened.
Yeah.
With the last storm that came through.
I did message Senor Green over there at Wheeling Wine and Whiskey to see if he was still alive.
Yeah.
He never responded to me, but then he randomly showed up at my house. So he's okay.
Yeah. Does he ski at Palisades?
I don't know. He skis.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And they said this old man skier got crashed or caught in an avalanche.
Yeah.
So did you hear there was another avalanche yesterday
at Alpine?
At Alpine, yeah. So we've had some tragic, crazy days. Nobody hurt yesterday. A gentleman, an older man, 67 years old, passed away 2 days ago from us, and the one that happened at Palisades, took a life and injured somebody.
Yep. Yeah. Apparently, I don't know too much about the history and the topography of the Palisades, but Alpine Meadows is one of the most avalanche-prone ski resorts in the world.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah. I know. They win the award, apparently.
Wow. Yay, let's go boarding there.
Yeah, right. There's a fantastic documentary.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah. Well, did we talk about it on the podcast?
Not really. You talked about how there's a good documentary, but we didn't discuss it.
Yeah, it's all about Alpine Meadows and how it's an avalanche risk area there.
Avalanche magnet.
Yeah, magnet. And in 1982, there was a big avalanche that took out the main lodge and killed, I think it was 4 people.
Wow.
Something like that. So a great documentary on Netflix. It's called Buried.
Yeah.
If anybody's interested to learn a little bit about avalanches, how avalanches work, some historical topography info about Alpine Meadows and avalanche programs, and how Alpine Meadows was one of the world leading avalanche programs. They kind of wrote the book on maintaining avalanche zones.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And then they just had an avalanche.
And then they had a massive avalanche. Yeah. It was like just a freak series of storms, and they just couldn't do anything to control the avalanche. They got more snow than they could control with their avalanche protocols.
Right.
So they had to take all that data and revamp and see if it was something wrong with their protocols, or if there's a way to change the protocols to help it maintain avalanche zones better in the future. So,
yeah. Well, I'm talking about just yesterday, right?
Yeah.
They had another. Okay. So that's what you're referring to also.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, an avalanche happens when there's like a layer of hard packed older snow, and then a bunch of fresh snow falls on top of it, and it just creates a slide, and there's a point at which the snow can't hold on to itself, and it just starts flying down the mountain.
Yep.
So yeah, I've learned a little bit of avalanche training and how to determine whether there's an avalanche happening, by cutting into the snow and cutting the brick and seeing if it'll hold. And Yeah, because I did a little bit of mountaineering, so I kind of learned a little bit about that. But
That would be cool. I think it'd be really neat to take like an avalanche class.
mm-hmm.
I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. It's not very scientific. You just are trying, you cut away on snow and you start to see at what point it fails and crumbles in on itself. And then you can determine on how risky it is. My rule of thumb is if it hasn't snowed for a long time and then it just dumps, that's a bad day. Don't go.
Don't go there. Nice.
Even though everybody's like powder, yes, I got to go. I want to ride this powder, but that's when it's dangerous.
Yeah. Well, cool. Yeah. Hopefully everything's working out up at the Palisades. I know that there's still a lot of, not really investigations going on, but just a lot of looking at protocols and looking at stuff going on at the Palisades right now.
Sure.
So,
yeah.
Let's see what else is going on. We got another storm coming in Saturday, which is in the middle of Winter Fun Fest.
I'm excited for that. I am and am not. I'm not excited to make camp on Saturday. Possibly in the rain, hopefully in the snow.
Yeah.
We'll see what that happens. But yes, I am excited to have it dump on Saturday and then go wheeling on Sunday.
Yeah. It should be gorgeous wheeling conditions, snow wheeling conditions on Sunday.
Yeah.
So,
which this episode will have come out after the fact, once we're out wheeling, and hopefully we make it home safely.
Yep. Let's see. So we got that coming up this weekend, or I guess a couple days ago from when you guys are listening, but looking forward to that. This episode is going to be kind of a little bit like a listener, like almost pretty much a dedicated listener feedback episode.
Pretty much. Yeah.
We got a lot of voicemails and we got some other feedback about some other stuff.
Yeah.
So
love getting the feedback from you guys. It's awesome. I do feel that, some of this stuff or most of this stuff is extremely relevant. It's things we've talked about here recently, and we love to share it all with you because there's people out there that are smarter than us.
Absolutely. Yeah. We have some pretty cool listeners. So, we'll get into some of that in a little bit. We are, just a heads up, we did our test on Spotify, and it doesn't sound like the Spotify listeners were able to hear what we put into the show.
Right.
So we're still playing around with it. We may ask you guys again to listen and let us know if Spotify listeners are hearing stuff. But as of right now, we'll just thank you for playing along, and we'll let you know when we do another test.
Right. Yeah. There should be an ad at the beginning of the episode that's with Four Wheel Underground. And we injected an ad of Tyler talking about the new, what did you call it?
The Morphlate trash bags.
Yeah, the Morphlate trash bags and the donation setup that's on his website. But that did not come through. Either of those, both of those did not seem to happen on that episode.
Yeah.
We do on Mondays, we do manually place in the break between the main topic, which has Brian talking about, Brian's discussion of Four Wheel Underground, and that's there, but the other ones don't seem to show up. So that's really what we're testing and trying to figure that out, because the gist of it is, we're charging for the ad space. And if something's not showing up, then somebody's paying for something that's not working. So we're trying to figure that out.
Yep. So, we're working on that. So if you guys, we'll run some tests and just bear with us over the next couple of weeks here as we fight with Spotify. So
fingers crossed. We're hoping to have this figured out in a week or so.
Yeah. Well, cool. There's that. We have 2 gifts. They should be going out today.
Yes, we got confirmations from the 2 winners.
Perfect. And that was it Nathan and Alex?
Yeah, Alex Sagisi. I know that one because it's mine. And you had Nate
Nate Fillmore?
No, it's like Dimnip, something like that. Hold on, I got it written.
Nate Nipple. Nate Nipple.
I got it written down right around here somewhere.
I know I chose Nate for a reason.
Probably true. There, I thought I wrote it down.
I thought you did too.
There, Nate Dillport.
Go ahead.
It's on the same page where I was working.
So
Nate Dillport, we got a funny email from Nate. He said, "Sorry for the early email. I'm currently in Denmark flying home." I'm like, wow, cool.
Nice. That's cool. That's my homeland.
Oh yeah.
I'm Danish, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
That's why I'm tasty and gooey in the middle. Like a Danish.
Oh. I don't know where you're going with this. Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
So cool. We got 2 gifts going out. We'll hopefully have the shipping labels made as soon as we're done recording here. So they should go out today. And then we're hoping to start seeing stuff online from Nathan and Alex end of this week when you're listening to the podcast.
Yeah, I promise you guys that I will go through that Facebook group and I will approve everybody or deny people that are trying to get in there that aren't in there and approve people that are trying to get in there that should be in there.
There we go. Cool. And so that was from December's giveaway for the monthly giveaway. This month, January, we're doing a fun giveaway from RollerCam, and it's a sweet kind of just a big product care package from RollerCam with a bunch of cam straps and their new rope rollers, which are really fun because they work really well with Paracord. They're designed to work with Paracord. I know a lot of off-roaders, a lot of campers, backpackers love Paracord because it's got a nice high tensile strength for its size.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Size to weight is a big benefit there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did use some of the roller cams on the way down here today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because MF Ryan wants some sheet metal. And I have a bunch of leftover, some like scrap metal panels that were prototypes or different versions that weren't quite right, or different types of metals that, I don't use for my panel that were used for prototyping. And so I threw those on a pallet and brought them down today, and I lashed them down to the pallet with one of these roller cams.
Nice.
So that if I took a corner too fast, they wouldn't go flying off. Then I'd have to restack them all back in the bed, which isn't going to be fun. So I used the roller cams and lashed it down to the pallet, and everything worked great. They held down nice and tight. They were tight at the start, tight at the end, and nothing flew away.
Was it pretty easy just to kind of grab the end of the strap and just pull it?
Yeah,
through? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, just like any strap, you had to make sure that it was tight and that there was all the slack was taken out of it. But once, I cinched it and then I wiggled it around and try to make it, make sure that it was all loose or all the slack was over on one other side, and cinched it again. And from there it was nice and tight.
Sweet.
Guten tight.
Cool, man. So that's our giveaway this month in January was with RollerCam. So a huge shout out to them for sending along a bunch of product that we get to share with everybody out there. I might have a lead on February's giveaway.
Sweet.
Just FYI.
Okay.
And I'm really excited for it.
All right.
If I can make it happen.
I'm excited to hear what that will be.
Yeah. Let's see. What else do we got? Anything else? We have a giveaway with Yokohama tires, as always. So we're doing that through the, what is that called? Reviews on iTunes. Yep. So over at iTunes, Apple Podcasts, iTunes Podcast, Apple Tunes, whatever they are now, just go over there, make an account, and then leave a review for Snail Trail 4x4. So it can be a 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, or 5-star. All the stars if you guys really want to, and just leave a review. And what we're doing is once we reach 750 reviews, we are giving away a set of 4 Yokohama tires, pretty much the user's choice.
Okay.
Which is pretty sweet. So you can get anything that is a DOT approved compound. So no sticky compounds, no racing compounds, and anything that's under a 20-inch rim.
Right.
So that pretty much leaves the door wide open for the off-road options. They're XATs, the XMTs, the MTs, the MT-03s. They're all fantastic off-road tires. Jimmy and I both use the MTs on our crawlers.
Yep.
I had the XATs on the F-150. And I think they're still on there. Yeah. With the new owners. And that was such a great tire.
I really like them. That's what's on the Tacoma.
That's right. You have them on the Taco.
Yep.
I believe Dimitri at Stellar Built put the XATs on a couple of his vehicles too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you had or have a set of XAT 37s?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I ended up trading those to Ryan for more 40-inch MTs.
Yeah, right.
Because I needed some spare tires.
You hurt one of your tires when you were out at Trail Hero.
I did. I hurt a tire. I thought I hurt a tire again yesterday. No. We could talk about that next Thursday.
Okay.
So a really cool giveaway. Huge shout out to Yokohama Tires for being on board with that. That's a really cool giveaway. And so, all you got to do to get signed up for that one is just leave us a review and you're automatically entered into that giveaway. And then I think we're just below 600 reviews right now, somewhere right around there. And so at every 50 reviews, we get to do a swag pack giveaway. So at 600, 650, and 700 reviews. So we have 3 more left, 3 more swag packs before we get to the big tire giveaway.
Yeah. Yep. That's exciting. And we have kind of slowed down a little bit. So if you haven't left a review, and you want to push this thing along and try to win that set of tires, make sure to go over there at iTunes or Apple Podcasts, whatever it is, and leave a review.
Yeah. Grab your friend's phone, make them leave reviews. So that's maybe what I'll do. That's going to be my goal for KOH. Is to get every single person in our camp
to leave a review,
whether or not they know about it.
I thought you were going to say you were going to take everybody's phone and leave a review so that you could win.
Yeah, that too. I just got to remember all their usernames.
Yep.
Oh man. So good stuff. That's the last giveaway we're doing, I think, for the month of January. And ongoing, I guess. We did sit down and talk with Austin over at iRate 4x4.
Yes, we did.
And the idea of
the donation tier,
thank you, morphed a little bit.
Yeah, to the better.
I think it's going to be really cool. So what we're looking at doing is setting up a page on iRate 4x4 where you can buy a membership to your favorite nonprofit organization, right? So and rather than having to go to blueribboncoalition.com anymore or cal4wheel.com or corva.com, whatever it is, we're going to try and get all of those organizations, the big nationwide ones and the bigger regional ones listed on one page on iRate 4x4 and be able to directly sign up for whichever ones you want to straight through iRate 4x4. And then we're also going to do the donation giveaway tiers kind of above and beyond. And then Jimmy and I will kind of pick where those funds go to, which organization ends up getting those funds that month or quarter or whatever time period we end up doing it on. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So pretty cool.
Yeah. And we've also expanded that to iRate members and Wheeling Wine and Whiskey members and Trail Chaser guys because they're on iRate. And I don't know if we've contacted anybody else yet.
A podcast formerly known as Trail Chasers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So threw me for a loop there. Hold on. Yeah. Let me get my thoughts back in order.
Sorry.
That's okay. But yeah, mainly we expanded the idea and with Austin's advice and consulting to some extent, because he was like, I love this idea. Can I open it up to the just the iRate guys? And we're like, yeah, absolutely. And then I was like, well, why don't we just include all the podcasts as well?
Yeah.
And just try to get everybody on board and get as many donations towards the off-road community, to the people doing the help, to the people doing the hard work, the deep dive, all the lawyer fees and everything that's going on. Let's get this community together.
Cool. I like it. I think it's going to be really cool. So we are working on it. It's not out yet, but it kind of morphed a little bit. So it might take a little bit more time now. So,
right.
All right. I think that about does it for housekeeping stuff updates.
Yeah. Let's get over to those voicemails.
Cool. Should we, do we take a quick 5-second breather here and let Brian from 4-Wheel Underground say hi to everybody?
Perfect.
All right. We'll let Brian come on, say hi, give you guys a little tidbit about 4-Wheel Underground, and then we'll be right on back with today's campfire discussion with you all.
Are you tired of landing in potholes and bouncing off obstacles? To play at your full potential, correctly tuned coilovers allow you to float over the rocks and gain more traction. At 4-Wheel Underground, our full suspension systems include custom-tuned coilovers for your specific application. To learn more, visit 4wheelunderground.com.
Welcome back, everybody.
You okay over there?
No, I'm not. Mentally or physically?
Both.
Oh, yeah, neither one. I'm not okay. I'm just practicing not getting any sleep so that I'm used to it in about a month and a half.
Yeah. Dang.
So
you get that bedroom done
stuff. Yet? No, we have still need to go get a crib and a changing table. And I'm arguing to use a tool cart for a changing table.
I like that idea.
I agree 100%. The secretary does not like it.
Of course not.
No. And I'm debating on just going out and getting one before she gets a changing table. And that way it's just in the room. Next time she looks in the room and I'm like, I got a changing table. We didn't have one, so I got one.
You're right. Yeah.
I'm helping.
You just need to make sure it's color coordinated.
Yeah, true. Which that's kind of easy. We're doing kind of forest theme in the baby's room. So
got it. The benefit of that really is because once the kids, done with the changing table, that's still a very functional item for you.
Hell yeah.
Where
I
like
get a tool cart.
When you're done with the changing table, you're like, oh, okay. Well, what am I doing with this now?
Which of my friends are pregnant right now? I can give this away to.
Facebook Marketplace. Here
exactly.
You go.
Yeah.
So I like the idea of a little tiny tool cart.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree. I think it's a great idea. Secretary's not enthused, but I'm going to make it happen anyways.
Perfect.
So
do it.
Let's see. What do we got going on today? We have a lot of voicemails and some listener
8?
feedback. Yeah, we have 8 voicemails. 4 of them are all one person, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm saying, kind of sad, but I love hearing from this guy. So we will get to hear from him in a little bit. Before we get to voicemails, though, we did have a piece of feedback. A couple pieces of feedback from listeners through the grams, the grams of Instalands, right?
Yes, I know those lands.
Yeah, you're very familiar waters with you. So I had one person reach out and say, you need heated windshield wipers.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know why I haven't noticed that was a thing ever. I was like, yes, I do. I need heated windshield wipers. And he sent me a link to some on Amazon.
Oh,
$300.
Woo.
No, sorry. It's $200. $200 on Amazon.
That's $100 better.
It is $100 better, but it didn't look like you could buy the wiper blades separately. So I'm like,
it was the arm and
it was the arm and everything. The controller, the wiring, the arm, the blades, blah, blah, everything. Yeah. So I'm like, the wiper blade itself is heated. It has a heating element in the rubber wiper blade, right?
Cool. Okay. I like the idea.
Yeah. Right. And so it just keeps your wiper blades nice and hot, nice and warm, keeps them from icing up, helps keep ice off the windshield. And I'm like, yeah, I want to go out into more storms, especially once I get my track set up.
Yeah.
So I would love to not get ice built up on my windshield wipers anymore. But I'm like, $200, run them for one winter, a couple months maybe. And then the summers here in Sacramento get brutal on windshield wipers.
Yeah.
I have to buy another set in next winter.
Or change them out and put those Rain-X ones back on.
Maybe, just pull them off and then store them in that rubber stuff liquid. I don't know. What's your favorite stuff?
Oh, the aerospace stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I forgot the name of it.
Yeah. So maybe do that and swap them out as part of my seasonal maintenance kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, but then if the wipers ever do go out, I have to buy a whole new setup.
Correct. Yeah.
Like, that's stupid. That just goes against, like, I don't want to end up with multiple controllers like over the years and multiple wiring harnesses and blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's
just
dumb.
buy 10 pairs right now.
10 all of them?
Yeah. Well, buy 10 so that throughout the years you don't have multiple controllers and multiple wires. You can just plug in every few years whenever they break.
I don't think you can.
Why?
Oh, not on that Amazon listing. It didn't give an option to buy just the wipers.
Oh, yeah.
So I'd have to spend $200 and get a controller and two wipers, wiring harness, everything. Every single time I would needed to replace the blades, the wiper blades.
That's stupid.
Yeah. And I was like, that's dumb. I'm not going to do that. Like, I'll just deal with it for now.
Here's a new business model for you.
Until 3 people, you included.
Yep. Me included.
Sent me URLs to Gatekeeper Offroad and their heated wiper blades.
Okay. Yeah. I never looked at them. I just saw heated wiper blades and I was like, this is what Tyler needs.
Yes, totally 100%. So I was looking at it and first thing I saw was they are $300.
Oh, okay.
And that's for the controller, the wiring harness, the brackets for the controller, and then the wiper blades and everything themselves. And I was like, God, those are even more than the Amazon ones. It's like,
That's usually how it works.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh. And so I scrolled down a little ways, just kind of looking through the different vehicle options because they have it set up for like JLs, 01 or what was it, 03, 02 to 13 Tacomas and 4Runners and blah, blah. And I was like, oh, they don't have a 94 4Runner listed here. But I got to the bottom of the page and they have replacement wiper blades for $40 for a pair.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Which is less than what I'm paying on the Rain-X ones.
Yeah, they're damn close.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, shit, if I can get their system for $300 and it comes with a pair of wiper blades already, so I'm good for this year. And then next year I just have to spend $40.
Yeah.
To get new wiper blades to put on. I'm like, that sounds really doable.
That's a doable option right there.
Super doable.
Yeah. Except, well, they don't have any for the 4Runner.
Yes. Yeah, they don't. I don't know if they have because they don't list anything in the lengths, right? So I just buy wiper blades. I buy 17-inch wiper blades, one on each side,
right,
for the 4Runner, and he doesn't have anything listed in lengths. So I reached out to him and I'm like, hey, I have a 94 4Runner. I need 17-inch wiper blades. What do you got?
Yeah.
And so I'm waiting to hear back from him.
Okay.
But I might end up getting some heated windshield wipers blades for the 4Runner for winter season. And I'll probably keep them on year round and just buy new blades next winter if they're running down. But yeah, I'm excited for that.
That's
and
cool.
It's thanks to the listeners in the podcast.
Yeah. 100%.
That I got to find those. So if anybody's interested in those are Gatekeeper Offroad. Gatekeeper Offroad. So check them out on their website. They got some cool stuff.
They do. Yeah.
So let's see. What else do we got? I think that was the feedback.
Okay.
So we can get into voicemails.
Let's do it.
All right. So the first 4 here.
Oh, they're all in a row?
They're all in a row.
Okay.
Is our favorite stripper.
Oh, good buddy, Reed.
Reed Bendix from American Stripping.
He knows how to take the chrome off a pole.
He does. He knows how to take the chrome off a pole and get stuff back on the pole.
True.
Yeah. So it's a nice spiffy little surface there. All right. Let's see. So what does Reed have to say with his first one? Let's find out.
Good morning, guys. It's Reed, your favorite local stripper. I'm halfway through the food episode.
Ooh, I am hungry.
Basically, it sounds like I'm kind of a blend of you both. Get local food, simple shit. But a couple things that came to mind. Jimmy, I am in possession right now of a peanut butter and jalapeno jelly sandwich. So
I like that.
a fellow pepperhead.
You're speaking Jimmy's language.
They're amazing. And then I'm sure you guys will probably get to it later in the episode, but I'm usually light with the food. So on a multi-day trip, the cheap white Igloo ice chest, I would get dry ice, put that on the very bottom, and then the trick is to get about 4 or 6 paper bags and put those as a barrier, and then the coldest stuff on the bottom, and it kind of helps prevent things from freezing, and you don't have to get wet, soggy, nasty food everywhere. But yeah, food's fun. I don't know how many times I've cooked burritos on the exhaust manifold of my 22RE, or realizing now that, just going up on the con with a 30-pack of beer and a pack of Bear Claws isn't really doable anymore. So salads and parfaits are the new thing, I guess, because yay for getting older. Anyways, keep up the good work, and yeah.
I think Reed just had a midlife crisis in the middle.
Like, oh man, I can't take the luggage down there. Oh, what am I doing?
Oh, that's hilarious. Where do you get dry ice at?
You can get it at any grocery store, pretty much.
Really?
Yeah.
You just go walk into a Safeway and be like, I need some dry ice?
Yeah, they have a dry ice freezer is a special freezer. You can't put dry ice in like a normal freezer.
Oh.
So they just have to have that freezer there. Huh. And if they do, then they have dry ice available.
Okay.
But I know the one in my hometown has it because I went and bought some for Halloween stuff and threw it in.
Nice.
But yeah, it's a good suggestion. Dry ice is definitely a good way to go.
Yeah.
It's way colder than normal ice. And that's why he was putting the buffer layer in there. But yeah, if you put dry ice and then you put food right down next to that dry ice, that stuff's going to freeze and you'll probably not be able to eat it the rest of that trip.
Yeah.
So definitely add a buffer layer in there, but they're a great suggestion that's a great alternative to ice as well. Yeah.
I've never looked into dry ice for camping because I've never known where to get it. But if it's that readily available, then fuck yeah, go get dry ice. I mean, because the thing that I hate about ice and taking ice camping is that you get a wet, soggy mess in your ice chest 3 hours into the trip.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm like, that sucks. I don't want to do that. That's why I don't want to take ice with me. That's why I got a fridge. But dry ice is a phenomenal option.
Dry ice is a good option. The one thing that I do know about dry ice, though I've never wheeled and used dry ice, so I'm not completely sure how this all works, but you can't or you shouldn't really lock the lid down of your cooler.
Oh,
because it needs to get out. Otherwise it's going to create like a combustion thing, right? Because it's always expanding.
It'll pop it open,
It'll pop it open on its own. But like a Yeti or an Arctic or any of these ones that latch down, I don't think you should latch those down. You need to let it to like vent a little bit because it's always creating gas and it's always expanding.
Yeah, I would imagine it would reach a point though where the pressure keeps it from melting off, because like that's like when dry ice melts, right? It's not melting per se, but it melts its structure and releases nitrogen. Is that what?
Yeah,
what is dry ice?
I'm not 100% sure what it off gases, but yeah, it off gases something.
Yeah,
right.
But I wonder if it's kind of like
but it needs. I don't think it'll off gas when it's cold. Not when it's. It will stop off gassing when the temperature is cold, right?
Yes.
It's a temperature thing, not a pressure thing. So once it gets to a certain pressure, if that temperature in the cooler is down at 0 or whatever it's at, then it might not be off gassing as much.
Yeah, but I mean, so essentially, I think of dry ice as a phase change material, right? It's going from a solid to a gas.
Right.
So like propane is under pressure liquid.
Yes.
And as it decreases pressure, it turns into a gas.
Correct.
So is that kind of a similar thing where if dry ice is solid, does it need low pressure in order to turn into a gas, or will it always turn into a gas and create a highly pressurized system? If it just is allowed to melt at a lower temperature, we need a physicist.
Yeah, my understanding is it's not a pressure thing; it's a temperature thing.
Okay, I'm curious.
I believe the dry ice is at 0. I believe, and so I think if you're down there at 0 or below 0, then it's below its freezing point. It's not off gassing.
Yeah,
it's not. And then if it's above 0. And it might not be 0, but if it's above its freezing temperature, then it's off gassing. So it's not to my understanding, it's not a pressure thing at all, as much as it's a temperature thing.
Okay, I want to.
You're saying that it's going to off gas enough that it's going to lower the pressure inside of.
I think it would increase the pressure.
Increase the pressure. It will yes. When it off gases, it increases the pressure, which could create a reason that all of a sudden your cooler lid pops open. But are you saying that then once the pressure is high enough, the temperature is going to be low and it's not going to off gas more?
I'm wondering if there's a point at which the pressure in there could become so high that it stops off gassing, regardless of temperature.
Oh,
because there wouldn't be.
I don't have that answer.
Yeah,
I think it's always going to off gas as long as the temperature's up.
Interesting. Okay, I want to run experiments. Let's go get some dry ice.
You can put like a little bit of water. And then a little bit of dry ice in like a Pepsi bottle or whatever with a screw cap, and then it'll blow up the plastic.
That's a dry ice bomb.
Yeah.
But that's plastic. What if you did that in a sealed propane tank?
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know. But a cooler is not strong enough.
True.
The lid of a cooler will. Yeah, I think honestly, like a Yeti ones have the rubber like things that lock it in place, it'll probably create enough pressure to lift that lid
pop
up,
the lid open and depressurize,
just so it can off gas itself.
So your cooler's gonna fart.
It'll steam.
It'll steam.
Yeah, or whatever.
All right. Thank you, Reed, for giving us some fun thought experiments here with dry ice.
I want to know your experiences, Reed. I mean, obviously you've used it a few times. Do you crack the cooler the whole time? Do you not worry about it, and out driving down the trail, it randomly goes pow, and you go, oh, that was just my cooler popping open. Got to push it closed again.
Yeah. That's I don't know. I'm curious. I want to run some experiments. If dry ice is that easy to get, I want to start going and getting dry ice and really just have an excuse to make dry ice bombs at the warehouse. Oh my God. I'm so excited.
What happened now?
So we've had people showing up to the enclosed trailer in the back at nighttime.
Yeah.
One of them stole a bunch of stuff when we recovered it all. Thank you, Sac PD. No thanks to Sac County Sheriff. You guys are lazy sacks of shit. So Sac PD, huge shout out. Thank you guys. But we've had a few people now stop by and open up the trailer and look inside and realize there's nothing in there and then just leave.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
So I bought 12 gauge perimeter alarms. It's a tripwire.
Yeah.
That when it's tripped, it fires a 12 gauge shotgun shell.
Awesome.
And we're going to rig it up to the doors on the enclosed trailer.
So as soon as it pulled open, it'll pop.
Yep. 12 gauge is going to go off in their face.
Nice.
It's not actually it's a blank, right?
It's a blank. Yeah.
But I'm so excited. I can't wait for somebody to do that and get it on camera.
There's nothing in the shell.
No. Yeah.
It's
except black powder or whatever the powder is in there. So they'll get a powder burn on their face, but I don't think they're going to go report it to the cops. No. I was trying to break into this trailer and steal stuff, but I got
that could be still your fault.
Oh, totally. It would be my fault. If they got burned in the face, I think I would be liable. It would be worth it though. All right. So
moving on. Read number 2.
Read number 2. Oh, this is another long one. Let's see. What do you have to say?
Totally forgot a few things. Your favorite stripper again. One of my go-tos is frozen burritos, like the El Monte ones, smaller ones. Get a pack of those. Roll those up in tinfoil. You can literally throw those in a fire, not like in the crazy hot coals, but throw those in the fire and just play hot tamale, hot potato, hot burrito. And then it's not going to really burn it as much as you think it would. And then I need to have more of a protein-rich diet just with my being. And so my buddies would always give me a hard time because I would always bring some random stuff like if I was out motorcycle riding, just having the backpack. But I would get the tuna salad cans that Bumblebee makes with like the crackers and stuff, or like oysters, sardinis, whatever. And it kind of turned into a thing because it would just catch them off guard that I would have some crazy random shit. Pull it out of my bag in the middle of a trail ride or, whatever, and have that as a little snack, as this little boost of protein. Gross stuff tastes good too. Okay. Don't yuck my yum.
How did he know I was going to?
Anyways, keep up the good work again. Bye.
That's funny. Love you, Reed.
Yeah. Good suggestion there. Something I've never thought about, those frozen burritos. Totally makes sense though. Yeah. I'm like, oh, that's like a perfect thing for me. I don't have to cook anymore.
Exactly.
But now summer, you can't have a fire. So you've got to have a pan to fry those up in or something.
Something on a propane stove or something. So I've actually done that before. I got some breakfast burritos and some of the steak burritos, whatever, the Del Montes, because I was like, I don't have time. I didn't have time to make my breakfast burritos. So I went to the store and got some of those, and he's right. They're fantastic to cook. And my new favorite thing for taking for lunches, like if we're just sitting around at camp having lunch or a quick dinner, is frozen taquitos.
Oh.
And I got that from Dave McKinney.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
And do you throw those on the engine too?
I mean, if they're thawed out, you totally could just have them in some tin foil and throw them on the engine, or put them in a pan for 5 minutes. You can cook 12 at a time or something. Give them to your buddies, whatever. So yeah, the taquitos, the Del Monte or whatever they are, El Tapatios. No, that's a sauce. I think there's a
El Monte.
El Monte, maybe.
Yeah.
Taquitos are another great one for camp cooking stuff. Quick meal.
Sounds good. All right, moving on to read number 3.
Read number 3. This one's a little shorter. Here, let's see what he says. Oops, where'd he go? Here he is.
Hey, it's a stripper again. I swear this is the last time I'm calling.
Nope.
Don't hold me to that. Another thing is I like to have an emergency meal just in case if the trip goes long, I trip and fall, and the dinner I just made gets completely destroyed, unsavable. And that's just the Flash frozen meals that you can get at Bass Bros or whatever. And they're always good. I've never had a bad one of those. I usually just have one in the truck at all times, just in case. I have heat up water on an inch block before. It doesn't get anywhere close to boiling, but at least it helps hydrate the food better. And in an emergency, it's nice to have a meal. Anyway, goodbye.
We did talk about carrying extra food at the end of that episode, but yeah, absolutely. I mean, great point. You know, you should always have a little bit more food just in case. Yep.
Yeah, I keep those Mountain House Backpacker Pantry, Peak Refuel, whatever is your favorite flavor. I usually have 3 to 4 of those stashed away in each of the rigs kind of thing. And then some cups of macaroni and cheese.
Okay. Yeah.
They'll just add water to them. So.
Right. Yeah. And if you're out in the snow, there's water everywhere.
Yep. All right. Fun fact. One of the hottest points on your vehicle is your catalytic converter.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you can find a way to strap water to a catalytic converter,
well, you could just keep putting snow on top of it and that collecting the water underneath. Yeah.
Gets a nice grimy, greasy taste in there. Like Lee's Burfield's. All right. Read number 4.
Yeah. This is the last one.
This is the last one. It's a little longer. Let's see what he's got to say.
Hey guys, it's your favorite stripper again. Still listening to the same episode. It's probably going to be a new record on how many times one person calls. Anywho,
I think so.
Now the subject is on water bladders and how to clean them. The life hack is the cleaning tablets, but not the ones that are name brand like the Camel Packs or whatever. Go to any grocery store, CVS, Walgreens. Denture cleaning tablets. They are literally the same thing. Camel Pack just rebrands them and sells them. I personally use the wintergreen stuff. A few packets in I usually do a packet every liter of whatever the capacity of the bladder is, and I use that for everything. My metal water flasks, my Camel Packs for when I go dirt bike riding, even the quarter panel water bladder. You just fill it up with water, warm, cold, doesn't matter. Put those tablets in, let them chooch. I usually do it overnight. Drain it, fill it up with water, and the worst thing is it might have some minty freshness, but totally safe to drink. And if old people have been using those denture cleaning tablets forever, we're going to be just fine. Anyway, bye.
I don't know. It seems like the old people that use the denture tablets die fairly, not far after using them for a little while.
I was going to say, it's another reason we know that Reed's getting old.
Yeah,
because he's going into Walgreens and buying denture tablets.
Next thing he's going to call back and tell us about diapers. But that's a good hack. I never thought of that.
I would never have thought about that.
Yeah, it makes complete sense.
Mhm.
I would go with leave the cap open on the bladder or whatever and let it off
Taking off
gas
gas.
as well. I don't know why I'm on this off gas genre.
Could we throw in a minty fresh tablet into a bladder with some chunk of dry ice? And
See what happens. See how fast we can get it to pop.
Uh-huh.
That's a great idea. Something I've never thought about doing normally, because if I store my bladder camel pack situation, I store it in the freezer.
Oh, okay.
Whenever if I go out on a mountain bike or go out riding or use it on a long road trip or however I use it, I dry it out as best I can and then I throw it in the freezer and I let the whole thing freeze, and then nothing's going to grow in there, and then I pull it back out the next time I need to use it.
Okay. That's good. I need to probably look at cleaning. I haven't used my Camelback in
A while. Yeah.
So
maybe now you need to go buy some denture tablets.
Some denture tabs.
Yeah.
Do they have garlic and herb flavored
I don't know.
denture tabs?
Now I'm also curious if they will remove the flavor of vodka and cranberry juice or something.
I made a whole pack of Moscow Mule. So
And the plastic absorbs that flavor so fast.
That'd be kind of nice though to have Moscow Mule flavored water for the rest of your life.
It wasn't bad.
I wouldn't complain.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, Reed, for calling in and giving some really good tips on stuff. So yeah. That's some good stuff. I love hearing good ideas for camping and wheeling.
100%. So speaking about water, I got a piece of feedback on the gram.
Oh, cool.
From our good old buddy Corso Caravan.
Oh, okay.
Mr. James, I believe Oakley. It's not Oakley, is it? James
Corso Caravan. Who is that? That's
James.
It's not James Claiborne.
No. Oakley.
James Oakie? I don't know.
It's James. I know it's James.
Your chances are good. There's a lot of James
Well,
around.
and it says it on his profile, but it doesn't have a last name. Corso Caravan. Let's see. Messages. He said, just finished up with the episode. And it was a great episode. I want to talk about water filters.
Good call.
So we didn't really talk about water filters very much, but there are all kinds of different water filters out there that go down to viruses to bacteria levels, depending on what you want. And he does go off and says that, they do make them really small because backpackers don't carry a lot of water with them, and they would go hiking out in the middle of nowhere and need water. And so they have really tiny water filter systems out there available. They also make bigger ones that you could carry with a car or in an RV or whatever, but worst case scenario, a small little water filter could save the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, I appreciate that. He also did close with, maybe it's just me and living in the middle of nowhere, but thanks anyway. Love the episode and keep crawling.
No, that's a good one. I actually, when in the white Forerunner, the first gen, I had a life straw.
Yes.
In my glove box at all times.
Right.
And then once it got stolen, I believe I put another life straw in there, and then that one ended up, I don't know where it ended up at, but I haven't added one back into the rig because I never ended up using them.
Right. I think I said that on one of the items that I would never use used or I would remove. I have one in a tote that I've never used and I took it out eventually.
Yeah.
Because I think my logic on that one is if you're concerned about getting like a gut bacteria, issue, you're most likely going to be saved before that hits you.
That's fair. Yeah.
Right. Like what is it? Giardia? Yeah.
Giardia is
Giardia, right? I always get that one mixed up with gonorrhea. Always. So if you're like out in the middle of nowhere, or if you're out on the Rubicon and you're extremely dehydrated, nobody's around, and you're broken down and you're having to hike out, and it's going to take at least a day, which it probably won't. But maybe if you're hiking out to Loon and the person's coming the next day to come and get you, you drink the water and you get Giardia. You'll be home by the time it hits you. Yeah. And you'll be okay, and you'll go to the doctor and they'll give you a pill and you're all saved. So that's, they're like maybe Dewey or Doozy Ursham is a different, maybe that's a better idea to take something with you.
Yeah. Okay.
But everywhere that I kind of go, I could be out walking in a day.
Yeah.
So it's not that big of a threat.
Yeah.
And usually I'm around places that there is water.
Yeah, true. And a lot of times we're going all around to places that has a lot of other vehicle traffic, other people around. So
yeah.
But
I mean, if I carried a life straw and the situation came around, I could use it and I wouldn't have that problem.
Yeah.
So it's like, maybe I'll throw it back in just for that rare random time that it could save my gut.
Yeah. Pun intended.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So cool. Yeah, that's a good one. Water and life straws, water filtration systems,
and dentures.
All right. So this next one is from Matt in South Florida.
Oh, cool.
He called us nerds.
Yes, we are.
Yes. Speak for yourself, Jimmy.
I'm a geek.
All right. Let's see what Matt has to say here. It's a little bit of a long one too.
What's up, Toyota nerds? This is Matt in South Florida. I wanted to say thank you to you guys for all the great Jeep accessories I have gotten this year. I was part of the Super Winch group buy, and I was just recently part of another podcast, Moreflake group buy. I got a 10.6 PSI Pro and a 4-hose system.
Sweet.
I wanted to put in my 2 cents about Detroit, but Detroit True Track. There is a difference.
Mm-hmm.
I like the True Track. I have it front and rear in my Jeep TJ, and I have a Dana 30 and a Dana 35 with factory shafts.
Oof.
I have 456 gears on 33s, and I have done some dumb stuff, and I have not broken a shaft or the Detroit. It's a limited slip style with gears, no clutches. There is zero difference on the road, and I daily drive it sometimes. I really think it's kind of an overlooked option. I understand it's probably not the best for real rock crawling. Again, I live in Florida, so I don't have the Rubicon or things like that. But I'm a heavy equipment operator, and I do have my own rock garden, and I rock crawl with Detroit True Tracks front and rear. If you hang a tire, you have to apply the brakes a little bit to get the other one to grab, but they work really good. I think it's kind of a little bit of an overlooked option. I also wanted to ask about the Trail Spider, the California, I forget the name of the company. You guys have talked about it before, the Trail Spider. I sometimes operate, like I said, I'm a heavy equipment operator. I operate a machine. It's called a Menzi, M-E-N-Z-I, Menzi 540. You guys should take a minute, look that up. I think it's similar to the machine you're talking about. I was wondering if you guys could post some better pictures on Instagram, because I looked for pictures of it and I can't figure out what type of machine it is. It looks similar to the type of machine that I run sometimes. So I was just curious. Hope you all have had a good year, and take it easy. Bye.
Nice. Thanks for calling in, Matt. Yeah, you're very welcome on getting some Jeep parts, even though they were really Toyota parts and you stole them. No, yeah, I think if you're in a spot like Florida or other places, I think a lot of the East Coast has a different style of wheeling, right? And so the South has a very different style of off-roading in general. You know, I think True Tracks are a great option. I don't know the price point of True Tracks though.
No, I don't either.
Like
I think they'd be a fantastic option for like a Rocklander.
A Rocklander, I think dunes. I think True Tracks would be amazing in dunes.
Yeah,
dune settings, sand settings. So, yeah, definitely. I think that there's absolutely a place for the True Tracks. Curious. I'm curious what the price point is and how it would compare to other locking or differentials out there.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I looked up the Menzi. It's pretty crazy looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got legs and wheels and looks like you could probably hydraulically move things in and out of and raise the body higher and set it all up.
Yeah, that's similar to what we have out here, the Trail Spider, that we call it. So
it has wheels or tracks?
Good question.
I've never seen about it. I just know of it.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's wheels.
Okay. So it's probably pretty similar to that Menzi.
Yeah. But the whole concept is there, right? Where it's like on legs.
Right.
And you can hydraulically control the height of the cab and move the legs around.
Right.
And
Matt, if you DM Tyler or I on Instagram or Facebook or whatever is best for you, we'll get the actual numbers of the machinery.
Yeah.
And we'll contact somebody that knows that and we'll get that info back to you and we can connect those dots.
Yeah, I might be able to make a call into the Forest Service or the county.
Yeah.
El Dorado County, and see if we can get what that is, what that machine is. So
cool.
Sweet. Let's see. Next up, Ryan from Big City Offroad.
Oh, okay. That's better than the MF Ryan. So that's what I was
every Ryan's better than MF Ryan. So, all right, let's see what this Ryan has to say. The better Ryan.
Jimmy, Tyler, hey guys, it's Big Ryan for Big City Off-Road. Listen, I was listening to the food episode. Two things. One, white cheddar Cheez-Its are the undisputed king of Cheez-Its. End of story.
Come on.
And two, Jimmy, you said something about not being able to see into the tubs in the back of the truck. I built a cargo box specifically around a specific type of tub, one of those like little crate things with the snap tops. Home Depot, Husky, heavy duty, lifetime warranty. You break it, you smash it, you bend it, you twist it, you lose a part. Go to Home Depot, get a new one for free. Clear lids. You can see everything that's in. You can snap all the lids shut. It's a beautiful thing. Check them out. Thank you guys, and I appreciate the show.
That's a great call, actually. Getting clear lid or clear totes.
Oh, I thought you were commenting on the actual phone call because I disagree. I think that's a
no,
great
it is a great call in general.
But the white cheddar,
dude, white cheddar is the best. The best.
No.
And then your fingers get coated in the white cheddar, and it's like that one Cheetos commercial where
but I do. Tyler's losing it over here.
Oh my god!
But dude, I will have to go check out those Husky totes. I think I bought. I can't remember. I must have gone to Lowe's and got Craftsman.
Okay,
because I think my totes are Craftsman.
Yeah,
but if there's lifetime warranty ones on the Huskies,
right?
I'm moving over,
right?
So I'll check that out. And yeah, clear lids is a great idea. I wish they kind of made them as thick and as strong and clear bases, because then you really could like.
What's in this? What is all over
or
this?
You like, I'm looking for this one thing and it's like deep at the bottom of it. You know, you could probably see it. But clear lids is a great idea.
Yeah. Cool. White cheddar Cheez-It gang. Anyways, let's see. Have you seen that Cheetos commercial?
Cheetos?
It's a Cheetos commercial.
No. Where they like
Doritos? No, it's a Doritos commercial.
Where they're leaving the marks on everything because of the fingers.
Not that one.
Oh.
The Doritos did some fantastic commercials before, but this one was this dude just sitting at a desk.
Oh, and he's licking other people's fingers or something?
So he's just sitting at his desk. He's next to a wall, and this finger pokes through the wall, and he just cleans the finger off with his mouth, licks it clean, sucks it clean out of, and then it goes to the other side of the wall, and there's two dudes talking. They're like, man, I love the Doritos, but I just get my fingers so cheesy. And the guy's like, oh, that's what the finger cleaner's for. He's like, what do you mean the finger cleaner? He goes, watch. He's got a cheesy finger, sticks his finger in the hole, and then you just see his eyes roll back in the back of his head. Then he pulls his finger out and it's clean. Oh my God. Anyways, everybody needs to look up that commercial. It's amazing. All right.
Last one here.
Two more.
Oh my gosh.
We'll make them quicker. Yeah. This one is Doug. So let's see what Dougie's got to say.
Hey guys, this is Doug. I'm over in Pennsylvania.
Wow.
A little bit of a trek from you.
Sounds kind of like Doug.
But I'm after kind of a do-it-all handheld radio, and don't want to go back through all of the radio episodes to try and find the information. So I do some off-road park stuff, and I'm me and my family, and I show up and wheel with groups kind of randomly. So I want something that would interface with whatever they're running. So anything you can help with would be awesome. Keep crawling with a JK.
No. No JKs. I was going to answer the question until I found out he has a JK.
Yeah. My answer for you is CB. You got a JK, you get a CB.
Or smoke signals.
Yeah.
Because they like to burn down.
Carrier pigeons.
Owls.
Okay, Harry Potter.
And honestly, I have one straightforward answer. I tell everybody, until these things get discontinued, I think it's a phenomenal handheld radio. It does everything you want, has a lot of really good accessories with it, a lot of kind of aftermarket support. It's the BaoFeng UV82 high power. So UV82HP.
Okay.
It's a dual push-to-talk radio. So a lot of the BaoFengs have both of the two channels that you're monitoring up on the screen. You have to hit A or B, the A B button to swap between them.
Okay.
These UV82s have two push-to-talks, an up and a bottom. So you don't have to swap between to know which one you're transmitting on. You just hit the top one to transmit on the top one, the bottom one transmit on the bottom one. Really nice. It's a pretty robust radio. I've dropped them off of 70, 80 foot towers before, and they live and survive.
Okay.
The transmitters like to go out after about 2 years. So just plan on 2 years, your lifespan of them, and look at getting a new one after 2 years or so. But they are only like $30.
Wow.
30, 35 bucks. I found a link on Amazon where you can get, I think, 2 of them with 2 batteries, 2 headsets, 2 regular antennas, 2 longer antennas, for like $60, $70, something like that.
Okay.
So it's a phenomenal deal. But what really, along with the features of the radio, it's an 8-watt radio, handheld. So you get a little bit more power out of it than your basic 4-watt BaoFengs. The UV5Rs that you see out there, is that they have other batteries you can put on them. So they have extended length batteries, and not only just extended length batteries, but then those batteries have a lot of options for charging, and you can find USB recharging batteries for those.
Oh, that's cool.
So you don't have to take a ton of batteries with you out on a week-long or weekend-long trip. You just bring the USB cable with you, and you can charge it up in your car while you're driving. So those things are great. The batteries themselves, like the batteries are more expensive than the radios are. The batteries themselves are $30. So 25, $30. So 50, $60, you get a phenomenal radio that'll do everything you want. The trick from there is just getting it programmed.
Yeah, that's
for
where
everything
I was going to go. Well, then this radio is a ham radio. Technically,
it is
right?
Technically a ham radio. Yep.
So if you are using ham frequencies, you should be ham certified.
Yep.
You can get it. Does it have to be like jailbroken to use other frequencies?
So far, I have not found any of the UV82s that have come locked yet, like the UV5Rs are.
So you can program the GMRS frequencies into there. So then you can have them so you can talk to your friends, or if your friends are on ham and you have your ham license, you can talk to them as well with this radio. There are some rules and stipulations around that, in my understanding. So just know what you're doing. Know, just sort of
know the rules
around it
and stick to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about it? Because I think the easier alternative, like your alternative does cover all, right? In regards to the only people that you can't talk to in this case is CB radios.
Yeah.
Right. There is no answer that's like, I have this radio and it will transmit on all the frequencies and allow me to talk to CBs and GMRS and FRS and ham radios. There's no answer there. But I think the easier answer is to get a GMRS radio.
I think,
it's not. It doesn't. If you get a GMRS, you can't talk to ham.
Correct.
So that's the thing. But if you don't have your ham license and your friends aren't really using ham, because I don't know how great ham is out there, I think just grabbing a GMRS, probably a Midlands radio, is the easier answer. It's not as complicated. You still have the license, right?
You need a GMRS license, yes, but that covers your entire family.
Correct.
So, and there's no test.
Do kids need a ham license?
Yes.
At all ages?
Yep.
Okay.
If they're going to be operating by themselves, yes. If you are still the control operator, and here's the fun thing about ham, they have loopholes built into ham radio rules. As long as there's a control operator there to take responsibility for all the transmissions going out on the air, you can let other people use your ham radios. You technically need to be able to take control of the radio if they or the radio starts misbehaving.
Correct. Okay.
So, yeah, you can let your kids get on your ham radios as long as you are there to be the control operator should something go wrong or if they start misbehaving.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, there's some information for you if you really want to geek out. Do you have any advice on like specific GMRS radios?
I mean, Midland is really doing the most work on GMRS. I will give credit to Rugged Radios. They've been doing a big push into GMRS lately. I think that both of those guys' radios are overpriced for what they are. So, yeah, I'm cheap. So, and I like to do things.
Right.
So yeah, I go the BaoFeng route, but
also I'd like to say in regards to the radios themselves, the GMRS is channel based where the ham radio, the BaoFeng one is frequency based. So you have to type in all the numbers. And if you're really diving into the weeds and want to start talking to repeaters, you got to figure out offsets and whatever,
all that stuff,
all the stuff that goes into that. So the easy answer, the easy solution really is to get a GMRS. If you have friends that do speak on ham and speak on GMRS, then you should look at the BaoFeng.
Yep. There is rumor that GME is looking to come into the United States.
Sweet.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
It's essentially the radio company in Australia.
Oh.
Yeah. So they're like the Midland of Australia.
Got it.
But they do some really freaking cool stuff with radios.
Okay.
So in my opinion, every single company that does radios in the United States is a lame radio company. They're just doing it for profits. They're not really pushing research and development. Whereas GME is doing some pretty fucking cool stuff with recreation radios in Australia.
Yeah.
And there's a rumor that they're planning on looking at breaking into the United States market.
Ooh, nice. And you still can do repeaters on GMRS, right?
You can. They're just not. They're not as proliferate.
They're not as frequent.
They're not as
available.
Available. People haven't gone around and set up a bunch of GMRS repeaters yet. So there's definitely way more ham radio repeaters than there are GMRS repeaters.
Yeah. At least in our area.
Yeah.
I don't know about other places. Yeah. True. Cool. Well, thanks for calling in. Good question. I'm a little upset that we had to do some radio talk, but
and white cheddar Cheez-Its and radio talk on one episode
and multiple Jeep owners.
I'm excited.
What the hell?
Yeah, the Jeep owners kind of brought it back down though. All right, last up voicemail. Last one.
All right.
Ryan called back. Wait, what? It's a different phone number though.
Different Ryan?
Oh no, 2 callers ago, Ryan. All right, here we go.
Hey, it's Big Ryan again. I forgot to ask. Jimmy, where's 80 series Snail armor? Come on. Get Lee to get with you to get on that, because I really want a cool one. And I know all the listeners with 80 series want them too. All right. Thank you, guys.
I need to.
No comment.
No comment.
I have nothing to say.
I have the prototype. I need to get it fit.
Yeah.
And then figure out. I don't think the prototype's not going to be very close, unfortunately. I had somebody help me with a 3D scanner, and then I had the 3D scan and tried to transfer it to the computer, and the scan wouldn't work with the software. And and then we tried to do some fancy things and it didn't work correctly. So either I need to go get them rescanned and start all over, or take what I have, make a prototype, which is what I did, and then go back to the old method of putting it in place and seeing how things fit.
Gotcha.
So that's, I have that prototype. I have it done. Actually, I took one to Cruise Moab last year.
And
I have not done any fitment testing with it. I just have been doing everything else in the world.
Yeah.
So, all right. I've got my next goal right now is to get the 3rd gen pickup and I believe 1st gen Tacoma, which is the same panel.
Nice.
Get that out. And then I really need to focus on Land Cruisers.
Yeah. I know a lot of guys in the Land Cruiser world that would love them.
Yep. I agree. And if anybody in the Sacramento area has a 60 series, hit me up, because I know those have tailgates as well. And I need to get that sized and that measurement.
Yeah. Cool. Looking for 60 series 62. Do you think 60 and 62 are the same tailgate?
I think they're the same tailgate that just had an engine change.
Does George not have a 60?
I don't know.
I have to call George and go down and see him.
Valley?
Yeah.
So far away.
It's 45
not Sacramento
minutes.
area. That's Stockton.
Oh, you're funny. All right. So that does it for the voicemails and feedback for
awesome.
today.
Yeah. Thank you everybody for phoning in. That was fun.
That was a fun episode.
really enjoyed that.
Yeah. I just love interacting with the listeners. So the more that people call in and we get to do some fun things and make fun of Reed for getting old and get to talk about white cheddar Cheez-Its and radios, I'm all in. So
absolutely.
Yep.
I think if this continues, are we going to make a voicemail segment sort of like Benji?
We might have to. If we keep getting this many voicemails, then we're going to have to, I think, split it into a third episode each week to go over. So if you guys want to see a third episode, then keep those phone calls coming.
If you want to see a third episode, call in and tell us.
Exactly. Right. Our next episode, our next listener feedback episode is going to be 15 calls saying, I want a third episode.
Yeah, bring it on. Love your feedback. Love the questions. Love hearing how wrong you guys were.
Yeah. About owning Jeeps.
Yeah, but it seems like we had, it seems like that food episode was very well taken. It seems like a lot of people listened to it. We had a lot of feedback. A lot of people could relate to it and brought their personal feedback to the podcast and shared it with everybody else. So hopefully, we can continue to create episodes like that. Hopefully the feedback keeps coming in and everybody can learn all together.
Cool. I like it. If people want to send in feedback, where can they do that, Jimmy?
Yeah, you can phone in, like we've been talking about and listening to all day, at area code 916-345-4744. That phone number is also down in the show notes, so if you ever want to grab it, it's there. You can email us, Jimmy or Tyler, at snailtrail4x4.com, or you can hit us up on the grams. You can DM us, slide into our DMs, and I'm over at snailtrail4x4, 4x4. Tyler's at 4x4 Toyota Tyler.
I like it. I like it a lot. Mr. Jet, single J, you have any final words for everybody out there?
This episode made me want to call in to Benji's or Wheeling Wine and Whiskey's podcast.
I've given up calling into it. I can't say it. That's final words, right? Jimmy's done talking. He walked out of the room already. And with that, my friends, keep crawling.
I got one for you.
Okay.
One of 600 or two. Now I'm two of
Number
600.
2 of 600. Okay.
Yeah. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Spell who.
Spell who?
Sorry, I messed it all up. It was spell.
Smell?
Spell.
Spell.
Yeah, so then you go spell who, and I go WHO.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. Should we do another one?
Yes.
Since I screwed that one up. What do you call a snowman's dog?
Frosty?
No, that's what you call a snowman.
I don't know. What do you call snowman's dog?
A slush puppy.
Oh, that's cute.